Hey, Steelers fans, welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into everything happening with our Pittsburgh Steelers, breaking down the highs, the lows, and the plays that could define the rest of this season. If you've been watching, you know this team has had its share of ups and downs, but there's no denying the talent and the heart that runs through this roster. The last game wasn't just about luck or a single missed kick. It was about a team that's earned its position, a team that deserves to compete for the division, and a team that has shown flashes of brilliance that can carry into the playoffs if they stick to what works. Looking back at Sunday, it's clear there are lessons to be learned on both sides of the ball. Offensively, we saw moments that were frustrating early on, plays that didn't look clean, and execution that left fans biting their nails. But as the game progressed, patterns emerged that remind us what this team is capable of when it plays to its strengths. It's not just about avoiding mistakes. It's about understanding what works, trusting the players, and giving them the freedom to do what they do best. Every quarterback, every coach, and every play caller has their voice in the game. But what matters most is the final result on the field, and that comes from playing smart and confident football. When you watch the offense, it's impossible to ignore the moments when Aaron Rodgers finally opened up the middle of the field. Those throws didn't just happen by accident. They were a combination of timing, vision, and recognizing the opportunity to attack the defense where it's weakest. That's the kind of football that wins games in the playoffs. It's about taking what the defense gives you, not letting an opponent dictate what your team can or cannot do. Running your best players, targeting your strongest receivers, and trusting your game plan is what separates a playoff contender from a team that falters under pressure. The Steelers have shown they have the pieces. They just need to commit to using them without hesitation. Defensively, the story is similar. There are moments when the pass rush looks unstoppable, when T.J. Watt, Nick Herbig, and Alex Highsmith create havoc in the backfield and give the team a real chance to dominate. But too often, there's a tendency to overcomplicate, to adjust excessively to the opponent instead of playing to what the defense does best. Teams like Houston aren't invincible, and they don't require gimmicks or overly cautious schemes. Success comes from trusting your strengths, whether that's a relentless edge rush, solid linebacker play, or disciplined coverage in the secondary. When the Steelers commit to what they do best on defense, they can control games and force opponents into mistakes that swing momentum. Looking ahead, the challenge is clear. The Texans may be formidable on paper, but the Steelers have all the tools they need to compete. It's not about fearing a team's streak or worrying about their stats. It's about understanding what makes your own team strong and executing with confidence. Throw across the middle, hit your receivers on their routes, trust your running game, and keep the pressure on the quarterback. Every point, every yard, and every play counts. And the teams that win in January are the ones that trust their preparation and their instincts above all else. Even in special teams, there are lessons to be taken. Missed kicks happen, blocks happen, and the narrative around a player like Chris Boswell can become unfairly magnified. Watching the all-22 film shows the reality. Sometimes a play breaks not because of a kicker's mistake, but because of an opponent finding a seam in protection. Recognizing these nuances is part of understanding football at a higher level. It's not about assigning blame to one person. It's about learning as a unit and preparing for the next opportunity to get it right. Mistakes are part of the game, but growth comes from studying what happened and making sure the next time the team can respond with precision and confidence. The Steelers have shown resilience throughout this season, and that resilience is what keeps fans believing, even in the toughest moments. The talent is undeniable, the coaching is solid, and the players have the ability to rise above challenges if they stick to what works. Watching them take the field, it's clear that the pieces are there. A strong quarterback, reliable receivers, a running game that can impose itself, and a defense capable of creating game-changing plays. The key now is consistency. Executing the fundamentals, staying aggressive, and trusting in the team's strengths rather than reacting to what the opponent does. One of the most exciting things about watching the Steelers team is seeing those flashes of brilliance emerge. Whether it's a perfectly timed pass over the middle, a defensive player breaking through for a sack, or a running back finding a hole and turning it into a big gain, These moments define the character of the team. They remind fans why they follow the Steelers week after week, through wins and losses, and why there's always hope when this team takes the field. Momentum is built on confidence and execution, and when this team plays at its best, there's nobody better at finding the holes, exploiting mismatches, and controlling the flow of the game. Looking forward, the question isn't whether the Steelers can compete. It's whether they will commit to playing their best football in every quarter against every opponent. It's about attacking with what makes them dangerous, taking calculated risks, and never shying away from using their best players in their strongest roles. The lessons from recent games are clear. Trust your instincts, play to your strengths, and let the talent on the field make the difference. That's how you win in the playoffs. That's how you create memorable moments. And that's how you give this season the chance to be remembered for all the right reasons. At the end of the day, the Steelers have everything they need to succeed. A roster loaded with skill, a coaching staff that knows how to adapt, and fans who believe through every twist and turn of the season. The challenge now is executing without hesitation, attacking the way they're capable of, and making adjustments only when necessary. When the offense is in rhythm, when the defense is aggressive, and when every player on the field trusts their role, this team can compete with anyone. The opportunity is there, the tools are there, and the potential is undeniable. It's just a matter of commitment, confidence, and relentless execution. As we move forward, it's important to take a closer look at how the Steelers can capitalize on the momentum they've built while avoiding the pitfalls that have tripped them up in the past. Consistency is everything at this stage of the season, and the difference between winning and losing often comes down to a single drive or a single defensive stop. Offensively, there's no excuse for hesitation. The quarterback has to trust his reads, the receivers have to run crisp routes, and the running backs need to hit the holes with decisiveness. When the offense is in sync, there's nothing more satisfying as a fan than watching this team move the ball efficiently, control the clock, and convert third downs when it matters most. Every game is an opportunity to refine that rhythm, and the best teams are the ones that can find it early and sustain it under pressure. The recent games have shown us what works when the Steelers are firing on all cylinders. Whether it's stretching the field with intermediate passes, taking advantage of mismatches in coverage, or establishing the run to keep defenses honest, the pieces are all in place. But execution is key. It's not enough to know what works. You have to trust it and commit to it without overthinking. One of the biggest mistakes teams make in high-pressure situations is letting fear or caution dictate their play calling. The Steelers have all the talent they need to succeed, but that talent has to be unleashed confidently. When the offense takes calculated risks, uses its best players in their optimal roles, and attacks the weaknesses of the defense, the results speak for themselves. On the defensive side, the Steelers have shown moments of dominance that remind fans why this unit is a threat week in and week out. The pass rush has the ability to disrupt even the most efficient quarterbacks, and the secondary can make game-changing plays when aligned correctly and aggressive in their coverage. But again, consistency is the challenge. There have been times when hesitation or over-adjustment has allowed opponents to exploit gaps and generate big plays. Avoiding those mistakes comes down to discipline and trust in the scheme. When every defender knows his assignment and executes without hesitation, the Steelers can control the tempo of the game, force turnovers, and create scoring opportunities for their offense. The potential is undeniable, but it requires focus, communication, and relentless effort on every down. Special teams may not always make the highlight reel, but they play a critical role in close games. A blocked kick or a missed field goal can change momentum instantly, and fans often forget how much these plays matter in the broader context of the season. Watching film and understanding exactly what happened in those moments is crucial for both players and coaches. It's not about assigning blame. It's about preparation and ensuring that next time, similar situations are handled with precision. Attention to detail in special teams can be the difference between a win and a loss, especially when playoff scenarios come into play. Every snap, every block, and every kick counts, and the Steelers have to make sure that unit is sharp and reliable. One of the key takeaways from the season so far is that the Steelers excel when they embrace their identity. Whether it's a physical running game, attacking through the air, or creating chaos with a relentless pass rush, the team has shown it can dominate when it plays to its strengths. Deviating from those strengths or overcomplicating the game plan has led to struggles in past contests. But the solution is simple. Trust your players, trust your coaching staff, and execute what you know works. That confidence translates to energy on the field, and energy on the field translates to wins. It's a cycle that starts with commitment and ends with results, and the Steelers are capable of sustaining it if they stay disciplined and aggressive. Looking at upcoming matchups, the challenge intensifies. Opponents will study film, anticipate tendencies, and try to exploit any weaknesses. That's why it's crucial for the Steelers to remain unpredictable while staying true to what makes them effective. Creativity within the framework of a strong game plan is what separates good teams from great ones. Utilizing personnel effectively, rotating players to keep them fresh, and adjusting to the flow of the game without losing the core identity is essential. The coaching staff must balance innovation with fundamentals, and the players must execute with focus and precision. It's a delicate balance, but one that this team has shown it can manage when fully committed. Another factor that cannot be overlooked is mental toughness. Football at this level isn't just physical. It's a mental chess match, and the team that handles adversity best often comes out on top. Missed opportunities, blocked kicks, or early deficits can rattle even the most seasoned squads. But resilience and preparation determine how a team responds. The Steelers have faced setbacks before and have the experience to overcome them. But it requires maintaining confidence in every unit: offense, defense, and special teams. Understanding that mistakes happen, but learning from them immediately is a hallmark of a team ready for the intensity of playoff football. Injuries and roster changes also play a role in shaping the team's strategy. Depth is critical in the NFL, and the Steelers have shown the ability to adapt when key players are unavailable. Substitutions must be seamless, and players stepping in have to rise to the occasion. Success comes from preparation, communication, and ensuring that everyone knows their role within the system. The team that adapts without losing cohesion is the one that can sustain success through the grueling schedule. Preparation for every scenario is essential, and the Steelers have the personnel and coaching acumen to make those adjustments effectively. The excitement around this team is not just in the victories, but in the potential for greatness. Watching them develop over the course of the season, refine their strategies, and execute at key moments is what keeps fans engaged. The combination of a disciplined defense, an adaptable offense, and special teams that can make a difference creates a dynamic that is capable of competing with any opponent. Every game presents an opportunity to reinforce strengths, identify weaknesses, and implement improvements. The Steelers' ability to respond to challenges, capitalize on opportunities, and remain aggressive will determine how far they can go as the season progresses. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the league suggest that the partnership between Arthur Smith and the Steelers has quietly reached its breaking point. While nothing has been formally confirmed, the internal mood points to a clear sense that the franchise is ready to turn the page and explore a new direction on offense. Sources close to the situation describe a growing disconnect between Smith's philosophical approach and what the organization believes it needs to unlock the full potential of its roster. Behind closed doors, the Steelers are already said to be evaluating possible successors, and 3 names continue to surface in league circles. One is a seasoned offensive coordinator with head coaching experience, viewed as a stabilizing option who could bring structure and immediate credibility to the locker room. Another candidate is a rising assistant coach, known for creative play design and an aggressive mindset, someone who could inject modern concepts into an offense often criticized for being predictable. The third name being floated is a former head coach recently out of the spotlight, admired for adaptability and leadership, and seen as a potential bridge between tradition and innovation. The speculation is fueled by a belief that the Steelers want more than just schematic tweaks. The front office reportedly seeks a voice capable of reshaping the identity of the offense while aligning with the team's long-standing culture of toughness and discipline. Around the league, executives view this possible transition as a pivotal moment, one that could redefine the team's competitive window. For now, everything remains in the realm of rumor. Arthur Smith's departure has not been officially announced, and the Steelers are keeping their cards close to the chest. Still, the buzz is unmistakable. If the change does materialize, it would mark one of the most intriguing coaching storylines in recent memory, with ripple effects that could be felt far beyond Pittsburgh. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.